Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions where John and I are the two idiots playing board games, and eventually you'll get to see me play the game for the minis I'm about to paint today. I'm going to be painting a lance for the game Battletech, a Lance of Battlemechs, and I'm going to paint them in the colors of House Marik. So when I looked it up, it is basically a base coat of all purple, and it said on the right side a stripe of red, and on the left side a stripe of blue. So, once I get started, they should go relatively quick, but we'll see how it goes. But so first of all, we have the Atlas. This is from, the way they used to make them, as you can see from the base. Yes, it's already painted, but this was before I started doing this. I figured I was going to come up with my own painting schemes years ago when I first started collecting this, but my goal now is to take all the Battlemechs I have, all the units, everything, and have it painted to a specific faction, so this way I could use it as that. So there's the Atlas, and now is the Guillotine. As you can see, this is one of the newer mechs. Now next we have the Shadowhawk. This is back when Ironwind Metals was still in business. This is a nice metal, all metal mech. And lastly, and yes, this one was also one that I painted up previously, but I'll be repainting, the Urban Mech, which a lot of Battletech players seem to have a bit of an obsession with. This one, I've actually seen a pack where it's just Urban Mechs. I think it was about like 8 of them, or 6 or 8 of them. I forget how many. You can find that on the Catalyst Lab shop site. So yeah, so like I said, I'm going to paint this in the colors of House Marik. Like I said, it's going to be all purple, stripe of blue on the right, stripe of red on the left. Yeah, and then of course, I'll be using gunmetal for all the weapons and all that. So, but anyway, next is priming, and we are having high winds in where I live, so I'll be doing it just leaning out my back door. I'm not going to film it though. So next, when we come back, it's going to be base coats. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and all that primer is now dry on these Battlemechs. So let's paint them in the colors of House Marik. I'm going to start with the base coat of purple. Alright, so, and as always, use the assembly line method. And for anybody who doesn't remember what that means, it means I take the same color, and I basically use the same color piece to piece. Alright, so, let's take the Atlas first. Alright. So these older ones don't always go on nice, but we're going to do as best we can. So when I was looking it up on that website that I've mentioned a lot of times, Camo Specs, where it gives basically the color scheme for every single faction in the Battletech universe. It said for House Marik, mainly purple, and then on the we said the right side, stripe of blue. Well, it said blue on the right side. I'm just going to put it in a stripe. And on the left side, red. So when I get to do that, that's probably going to go very, very quickly. It's like I said, I'm just going to do it as like a simple stripe from the top all the way down to the bottom of the mech. Alright. Yeah. So basically, like I said, like some of these older mechs, when I showed it before, it was like it had already been painted. So what I was doing for a while is I didn't know about the Camo Specs site, and I was basically just thinking of my own color schemes and without any rhyme or reason. And then once I found that site, I was like, oh, Yeah, so I said, oh, maybe I just got to start repainting some of these. I mean, eventually I'm going to repaint all of them. I got to go through all the Battlemechs that I have. I mean, the goal is to have them all painted to whether it be a mercenary company or one of the houses or one of the clans. You know, if it, well, I think most of the Battlemechs I have are for the Inner Sphere anyway, so not so much the clans, but definitely mercenary and the houses. Because you know, because back then John and I weren't doing the Tabletop Jones Productions channel, so I was just figuring on trying to maybe play in a tournament somewhere, but you know that never really panned out. You know, never really found any, unfortunately, at least not by me. They were kind of like too far away, the ones that I did find. Alright, okay, so let's move on to the guillotine. Yeah, this one's probably going to look a bit better. Anyway, so yeah, but now that me and John are doing that channel, I pretty much went through all the games that I have to use on the channel. We did actually, and I mentioned this before, we did actually record ourselves playing Battletech, the Alpha Strike method. And for those of you who don't know, Alpha Strike basically means that you're not using like a bunch of data sheets for, that have tons of information for each of these Battlemechs, and also it's a way to track damage and whether or not your mech warrior is still alive or or has been killed. You know, but when you do it Alpha Strike, the Alpha Strike method, basically you just have a card that has just enough information to basically play the game. I mean, the only advantage, well, I shouldn't say the only advantage. One of the advantages of doing it Alpha Strike is you can use terrain, and John and I do like to use terrain with our games. Gives like a little bit of a realistic feel to it, which is which we enjoy. Yeah, but yeah, it's but yeah, so we're gonna we did record it, but we didn't get a chance to, well, he's still working on the videos, hasn't had a chance to post it yet. He's having trouble with the program that he bought, and I think he's posted on the site. Well, not shouldn't say it, on the channel. He's posted videos, basically apologizing for how long it's taking for stuff to come out. One of the things that we are going to try to do, though, is maybe promote the Patreon channel a bit more. I mean, I don't think we're going to do it with what we recorded for Battletech, but some games we're going to have a shortened version of the video on YouTube, and basically saying if you want to see the full version, please go to Patreon. So we won't do that. No, I don't think we're going to do that all the time, but for certain games we will wind up doing that, and this this one might be one of them. All right. Okay. Oh, there's a little spot there. All right. I'll move on to the Shadowhawk. Now, like I said, this is one of the ones I got from Ironwind Metals. And last time I tried to go on that site, it made like, the site didn't exist anymore. So, I mean, I will try again one of these days, but it does look like that the site is no longer in operation, which really is unfortunate because they did have a lot. Excuse me, they did have a lot to offer. I mean, everything was metal, which, the more you get, the heavier whatever you use to carry everything, it gets a lot heavier. But still, there was pretty much just about every battle mech was available in like a single package where you didn't have to buy like a whole bunch of them in order to get the mech that you needed. That was interesting. Sounds like someone dropped something into my doorstep, or inside my door. Oh, I'll look at that later. But anyway, so yeah, maybe one of these days I'll check to see if Iron Metals is still around. And because they also had a lot, not only the battle mechs but also vehicles, the infantry, everything. And I know I mentioned this before. Okay, getting close to being done with this one. Oh, this whole side of the so everything back here I didn't do yet. That's why you look. All right. Now the urban mech. And I think I got this one from Iron Winds Metal as well because I could feel it. It is made out of metal. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's been very, very, very gusty out there with the wind. All right, almost done. All right. Okay. Let's clean the brush. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna let that base coat dry, and when we come back, we'll do the red and the blue stripes, and use the gunmetal to take care of the guns and the cockpit window. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and that base coat on these battle mechs have dried. So now we're going to start on some details. Going to get, hold on, let me consult. Yes, red on the right, blue on the left. Guess I got to start training myself here, saying red, R, starts with R, right starts with R. So it's the same thing. All right. So let's get this. Okay. All right. Okay. So like I said, see how we do it with this one. Gonna just do a straight line all the way down. And I'm gonna do it on the back as well. So I'm gonna use the assembly line method. Alright. So details on this might go relatively quick. Alright. Okay. Just wondering how many of this red is going to get painted over when I start painting weapons. Okay. All right. Okay, just about done with the red. Okay, just trying to make sure it shows up a bit. There we go. All right. So that was the red. Gonna get started on the blue very soon. Now with the Battlemechs, I've always said that as far as the way the paint shows up, sometimes if it shows up a little bit off, that it's not necessarily a bad thing, because these are weapons of war. You want to show some, it's not not a bad idea to show some wear and tear. All right, so let's get the blue in, because try to get it as good as I can, because blue doesn't always show up that good on purple, but that is what the color scheme is. All right. All right. All right. And one of these days I will wind up going on the website to get decals to put on these, so that could look like it's truly part of those factions. All right, and here we go again. All right. Yeah, the line going down, I'm not concerned about making it look like it's perfectly straight. We'll see how much gets lost when, like I said, when we do the weapons, and also when we do the wash. Alright, so that's the blue. And now we got the gunmetal. Okay. Okay. Alright, start with the urban mech. Alright. Oh, so it turns out that sound of something being dropped on my doorstep. See, when I hear that, I don't know, maybe it's just paranoia talking. I always immediately think it's bad news. Well, it was very happily proven wrong. It was, in fact, something I had ordered off Amazon that had arrived early. So yeah, it was actually a very pleasant surprise. Alright, there's no clear sign of where the cockpit window on this thing is, so I'm just gonna kind of like take a little educated guess that it's gonna be right here. Yeah, so I had noticed I was starting to come up short on t-shirts that were, you know, fitting me. So I placed an order for a couple. And like I said, that was one of them arriving. So it was very, 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 very pleasant surprise. I was very happy to be proved wrong. Okay. Huh. All right. And let's see, anything else on this that looks like a weapon? Not really seeing, but I am gonna do this part if I can get to it. All right. Okay. So this part is actually going pretty quickly, which I thought it would. And I'm sure some of you may have noticed I started posting, well, I started putting in between the video clips while I do this, I started putting pictures of previous minis that I painted. It's just something I, you know, decided on doing. I thought it was a good idea. I try to keep it specific to like minis that I've painted. It's like, you know, when I do these Battlemechs, I try to do other Battlemechs that I've painted. When I do the Marvel characters, I try to post other Marvel, you know, put up other Marvel characters that I painted, and you know, and so on. If I ever start something new, I might just have to do like a select gallery, I guess, of photos, just to have something to put up there. Okay, these look like vents. I'm just gonna do that. And I'm not sure if these are weapons here, but I'm gonna put paint on them just in case. Okay. And next up is the Atlas, and I just remembered for the Atlas, I have to come in with a, well, I'll do it after this. They always have like the bit on the face there of the mech to like a little extra design. So I'll grab the white paint and then do that next. Okay, anything else? Oh yeah, this one. Well, I will say this, the newer Atlases look a lot better than this one. Okay. Alright, so after this, I'm going to have to let this paint dry. And then when I come back, I'm going to, whoops. When I come back, I'm going to do the bases and then the wash, which of course means like the labels that I normally do. Whoops, dang it. Yeah, put away the gunmetal just a little too quickly. Gotta go over. Gotta go over one little part of that face and hope that I don't get a lot of white on this. Close enough. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to let that paint dry, and then when we come back, we're going to take care of the bases, which also means the labels. Well, actually no. Going to take care of the. Actually, you know what? Instead of breaking right now, actually no. Let's take a break right now. All right, so then when I come back, I got to actually paint the base. Forgot about that. And then after that, I'll take another break, and we'll come back and do to finish up the base and do the wash. So stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and that paint is dried. I'm gonna get the base, which is probably gonna go very quickly, and take another break while that dries, and then start getting ready to finish off these Battlemechs. All right, so let's get to it, right? The more I think about it, the more I probably should have done this before. Yeah, but I was actually concerned about trying to grab the mechs in order to put the black paint on the base, and I was concerned about the possibility of wiping off the paint I already put there, so that's why I didn't do it. That's alright, I'll do it now. I think this jar of black is almost done. Alright, let me get a good grip on this. And maybe as I take my next break, maybe I'll look to see if that site, Ironwind Metals, is still in operation. Like I said, the last time I did a search for it, it didn't come up. Okay, so yeah, so after I do this, like I said, I'm going to do get the labels ready, and get ready to start doing the bases. Thinking of putting a desert terrain down on that. Yeah, thinking of doing. I haven't done that in a while. Okay, I'm almost done with this one. Yeah, like I said, this part of the video is gonna be pretty quick, which means I probably should have done this before I took the break before. But I told you why I didn't. All right, almost just a little bit more. Okay, as promised, that did not take long. Yeah, I probably should have done it before. Okay, well, hey, live and learn, right? Alright, so yeah, I know, like I said, this didn't take long. I'm gonna let that paint dry so I can get the labels on, and so when we come back, like I said, I'll save one label to do on camera, and we'll get the base and the wash, and it's all finished. Alright, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and the paint on the base has had some time to dry, and I got all the labels on except for one. I'm going to do that right now. Alright, so let's get to it. There we go. Sorry about that pause. I kind of blanked at what I was doing. Alright. Yeah, so like I always say, I use a label maker, get the print really, really small, then I take a scissor and I cut down, oops. I take a scissor and I cut the label down to where it's just the word so it could fit on the base. And I don't know if you can still hear that out there. Yeah. The windstorm is still going on. Alright, so got the glue out for the base. Got the terrain. I'm going to use desert this time. Haven't used desert in a while. So let's get the glue on. Alright, so for the smaller base, we don't need as much as if we were to be doing like the bigger ones. So one glop should be more than enough. Okay. Okay, get it. There we go. I didn't even go near the labels. Alright, so the bigger base is going to require a bit more. Alright, just try to spread it around to every bit of the surface of the base. Even like in between the toesies of the Battlemech. Alright. Well, I will say this for the desert one. It goes on a bit better than the grassland one because just the nature of the grassland one, it can be very stringy, so it a lot of it just like clings to itself, kind of, and it hangs over the edge of the base. So with the desert, it goes on a bit more fine. All right. Okay, got this on pretty good. Let's get it. All right. There's not much I actually have to wipe away from the labels and from the edge of the base. Okay. So we're on the last one. Try to get every nook and cranny in the base here, because with the Iron Wind metal ones, oh, and I didn't unfortunately check to see if that site's still available. At least not yet. I was doing other things during the break. So yeah. When you're using the ones from Iron Wind Metals, you know, they didn't, most of them didn't come with a base already, and kind of had to just get a package of them. I mean, I think they did sell them on that site. They did sell them separately, and you know, just gotta basically fit them in there as best you can. All right, so that's it for the terrain. We don't really need that anymore. And now we got the wash. So I'm just gonna go right into it with the wash. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the wash usually goes pretty fast. All right. Almost done, halfway there. And no, I'm not gonna break out into that Bon Jovi song. All right. Okay, one more to go. I notice it's splattering on my hands. All right. All right. Looks like we are done with these Battletechs. All right. So let me get them on here to display. And here they are. Nice battle Lance of Battlemechs, ready to deploy for House Marik. Alright, well, that's all I have for you right now. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. I'd like to reach as much of an audience as I can. Also, please check out Tabletop Jones Productions, where John and I are the idiots playing board games. Do the same there. Please subscribe, and share. You could also find us on well, Twitter, which is now X, as Tabletop Jones Productions. I believe the tag is TT Jones Pro. I think that's how I wrote it. We are also on Instagram as Tabletop Jones Productions, and also you can find me on TikTok as Kevin of Tabletop Jones Productions. Yeah, we're trying to reach as many people as we can through all social media. So just like the videos, subscribe, share. We're on some of these other sites. I'm putting up pictures of the Battlemechs. John and I are going to be putting up pictures of the games that we're playing, and we're just gonna just try to reach as many people as possible and draw as much of an audience as we can. All right, so thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and you take care of yourself. All right.